Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a lot to talk about. I give you all kinds of stories. I'm catching you up from our last time we were here together in the bathroom. I've been filming over at the studio for Fierce Aging, and this video is in sponsorship with Zuvi Halo. This is the blow dryer I've been using for over a year now. It is such an asset to my hair care routine. I have showed you this over on Instagram Reels, TikTok, and every time I show my hair routine, I get so many questions about this blow dryer. So I wanted to give you some more details for why this would be great if you are seeing your scalp's getting more sensitive, your hair is getting drier, you might be going into your gray hair journey, or you really want to maintain the moisture of your hair and not be zapping it out when you use a blow dryer. That was like my big thing. You're doing all of this hair care and masks and everything to keep moisture and make your hair look amazing. And then you go and you blow dry it and you zap everything out of your hair. Like you just take all the moisture out. So that was something I was really focused in on because as my hair gets more and more white and gray and silver, it is getting more delicate. And I have to really pay attention to that. The Zuvi Halo is very lightweight, which I love. And it has 4 different settings on it. They use light care technology. So I'm going to get into that. But what I really love is that everything's magnetic, just snaps right on. It is no big deal. So you have all different types of, this is for if you have sensitive scalp, you can put this on, snaps right on like this. And you have really a wonderful, useful tool with different options. You have a diffuser if you want to give yourself some of that body and those curls. So when we go into the light care technology, this is what's really interesting because you know that I really want to air dry my hair, but I just can't do it because I really have to style it. So this is how I kind of can get that option without having to just air dry my hair. So they talk about Zuvi Halo's light care technology uses light to dry only the water droplets on the surface of the hair, protecting your hair's internal moisture for healthier hair. They have a lower temperature, but efficient drying. So the Zuvi Halo hair dryer is a great option for those with sensitive scalps or who prefer cooler temperatures. At a lower temperature of 111 Fahrenheit, Zuvi Halo is gentle on the scalp and hair, safe and comfortable to use while still drying hair quickly and effectively without compromising the health of your hair. So then they have percentages on how they have 109% more hair moisture after using Zuvi, 38% more shinier, 17% more smoother, and 9% stronger hair. They've received so many different awards too, from Elle Magazine to Allure Magazine, Time's Best Inventions, Mary Claire. They have so many wonderful awards, and the reviews on their website is exactly how I feel. So I've been using this. I think that it's incredible. The other night I was so tired. I was like, I don't even want to wash my hair. It was like dirty. I had been putting it back to film at the studio and it was like 11:30 at night. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it because it doesn't take me that long to dry it. I put it on the fast and then I dry it and I'm not hot after I use this blow dryer. And that's a big thing for me. I used to have to like take time to wind down to like cool off and not be sweaty. With this being a lower temperature, I just feel incredible. Like I don't have to wait around and like stop sweating, which I used to do. I don't have anything in my hair now. I have hairspray, but my hair is definitely shinier. That's something that I see. I don't have to always have oils or putting shine enhancers in. My hair is just really manageable. And so this is something that I wanted to share again with you because it's been such an asset for my hair. Everybody asks all the time what I use on my hair, what I do. And this is one of the main elements that really has kept the integrity of my hair. So look in the description box below. I have all the information, the links and everything. And now we're going to get into our makeup tutorial. I am going to put my hair back just a little bit here now to get it out of the way for our makeup tutorial. And you know what? I don't know. We were highs and lows with the hormonal, just having pigmentation and not, but I do think that my volufiline that I told you that I put into my eye cream has been helping my eye area, I have to say. Now, this is hormonal right now, so just, you don't want, the pigmentation is a little bit of hormonal. It is also very hot here. It just completely switched temperatures for some reason last weekend. I was going to a black tie event. I wore my Carolina Herrera blue dress A lot of you really liked it over on Instagram and TikTok. It was funny. Someone said they did a quote from Devil Wears Prada. They said it's not blue, it's not turquoise, it's cerulean. And then of course I wrote another comment that said, I think we need a jacket here, because that was her next line. And I don't think anyone got that, because I know every single line of Devil Wears Prada, and I can rehearse it. I can do the whole movie myself. I can do everyone's dialogue. It's just a little bizarre. But I was looking for this palette because I wanted to pull the blue, even though it's an icier blue from what I was wearing. I thought, you know what, let me just add this in. So I wore this for the wedding. So I left around 2. And then we got home around, I don't know, 10:30, 11. There is no eyeshadow left. This is a very important part for you ladies to know. Test out your eyeshadows. My eyeshadow does not do this. And I was really surprised that I had no eyeshadow by the end of the night. I was like, this is what I look like throughout the evening. Oh, okay, great. I was just a little disappointed. But when I was looking for that, I found the khaki one that I've never used. I think it's very bizarre that I bought this with the burgundy, the mustard yellow. Are we going to do this? This is probably going to be my last palette that I'm going to experiment with right now, because I've just tried so many. I haven't loved any one where I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I'm so happy I bought this. I did like a couple of the Chanel's though. I think they did look really pretty, but we're going to try this out today. We're going to cover all of this up. And also, I was telling you the last time that I was trying out full coverage nails. I have to tell you, the Kiss nails that I bought did amazing. They wear beautifully. They stayed on. I really like them. They were $9.99 from CVS. Now, I went a step further and I got these at Amazon. I got them on Amazon because you get 128 nails, 16 different sizes. But the thing is with these, they're called X-coat tips. They come matte. So you have to put on a base coat gel and a top coat and just put them under the LED. I have to say, they're so great. But when I put them on with the gel, this new gel, right? You flash dry them. I was like, these are on. These aren't coming off. I'm so thrilled. They don't feel like anything. They do not wear as well as the Kiss. I've noticed they are not wearing well at all. I don't know why. It's been a week that I've had these on. They look beautiful, but I don't like how they're wearing. It seems like the white tips are kind of getting frazzled. But I had put these on, and 2 days later, when I was getting into the Uber with everyone for the wedding, the Uber driver I was trying to move the seat up for the guys, and he like hit my hand somehow, and it literally popped one of the nails off, which is my worst nightmare. That's like the only thing I care about, especially going to an event. So he flipped out. I freaked out. And I mean, we both were like, "Ooh." And so I was like, oh my gosh, we have to go back. My husband's like, we're not going back. We're already late. And so one of the girls that were in the car, they said, we have nail glue. So I just glued it back on, and it stayed on ever since. So I just thought to myself, okay, maybe my application, I'm still getting used to I don't normally do these, but I wanted to test them out for you because I think they're so affordable. They look incredible. Like, I've just really been enjoying them, and I don't feel claustrophobic, which I thought was really interesting. They're so thin, you don't even know you have them on. So they're $26, but they still come out to being around $5 because you have so many nails. So that's my little update on that. So we're going to go and start off. You know what? Let me put on a little rose lip balm. This is to hydrate my lips. It is so hot. It just literally switched from being really beautiful and pleasant here to super hot over 90s, and the humidity. Ooh, it's taken a lot out of me. So I'm going to put on my Capture Total from Dior. It's a serum. This smells so incredible. And this is a serum that's going to give you hydration. It's not going to tiptoe around, kind of a little moisture. This is really beautiful. And I feel that my skin has been zapped of moisture just because it's been so hot. I'm going to put my eye primer on first. This is to help with any of that discoloration. Oh, guess what? I have a new angled, this is just my sample. It's going to be the same size as all our other brushes and look the same with the pink handle, but this is an angled concealer brush that I have coming out. I'm very excited about it because it fits perfectly in my eye primer if you don't want to use your finger. Now, having nails like this, I don't love sticking my finger into things. So this has been really helpful to use the angled brush. It has just enough of the hair to be dense enough, but not too much and not too thin. And you get in that little corner, it's angled. So it's really nice because, I was using my foundation buffing brush that I love to use, when I was buffing everything in. But if you don't want something so large like that, you have this beautiful angled concealer brush. I'm really excited about this. All right, so the eye primer is on, ready for this crazy khaki Dior palette that who knows what we're going to do here. I just don't know. I mean, this is like, this color here reminds me of iguanas. We have a lot of iguanas here, and it is like an iguana color. I don't know if that's going to look good with like the hair, but I push it, I try it. If it doesn't look good, and we can always take it off. Let's start off with, I have clean brushes. I'm thrilled. I've washed all my brushes. I do have a very exciting surprise for you coming up too regarding washing your brushes. I will be announcing that soon. I don't want to give you away all of the fun things that are coming out at one time. I know that's probably annoying for you, but I'm very excited about our matte shadows that are coming out any day now. Strong Brew, Rewrite the Rules. You've been waiting forever. We've been waiting forever. They're coming out. And then I have some really great surprises. So you're always, having something to look forward to. So remember, the newsletter is going to be your best friend because that's where I announce everything. Sometimes I forget to announce it on the channel because there's so much going on. And I always tell you on the newsletter or the text message. So that's something to always think about. So let's think, I'm going to do the green. Let's just go for it and see what happens here. I'm taking my shadow brush. It's my flat shadow brush. I'm going to load up with this green now. It looks light in the compact. It's coming out dark on this brush. Let's see what happens. I'm a little nervous. Okay. So it's not too, has a beautiful little sheen. You know what? This is kind of feeling like a tropical palette. It actually is pretty beautiful. I'm actually surprised. I like this. This might work well. So let's go to the other eye. Just pat down a little bit of that eye primer. Now, I might have gone a little high with this green. It just expanded, kind of like the Tom Ford. Wasn't expecting it, but that's all right. You know what we're going to do? Let me see if I have another brush that I can, yeah, I do. Clean brush. I'm going to wash it down a little bit with this lighter color here. It's a little sparkly though. I mean, ladies, this could really turn out to be not a good look, but we're going to try it and see what we get. So I'm going to just take this down. Maybe we can just kind of nicely fuse this all together with this light color. It'll turn it into a different color. I just need this to be a little bit lighter here. And I think maybe this might be my only color. I'm going to have to try the iguana green though, because it's part of the palette. I mean, we're going to try to work it in. I'm going to try this brown color here. I'm going to try to salvage what I did. I think that since I said alligator and iguana, I'm now feeling like that's all I'm going to be seeing. So I have to blend this in and see what we have. I'm going to take just this brown here and see if I can give it more of a structure and have that kind of green tapered down a little bit. So just with my tapered blending brush, I'm going right into that crease and I'm going to tame the green. So it's been exciting over at the studio doing Fierce Aging. We featured my mother and my mother-in-law for Mother's Day week, which we really wanted to do. Again, this was a set that we've been building for a year. So it's all new for us and it's been a little bit stressful and complicated. And, we're just trying to get the rhythm going over there in the studio. I mean, my mother-in-law, oh my gosh, it was such a frazzled day and it was really high stress. And so long story short, I did the whole makeup tutorial. And this is our worst nightmare. This is the one thing that you never want to have happen. And especially when you have a guest on for your channel. And I'm just using my Almay pad just to clean up the ends there because this is a wild native look with the green. I don't know what's going on. I had the microphones on us. They were green. And then finished the makeup tutorial. I went to do the intro. I went to turn on to make sure that the voice was on. And I never snapped in the receiver for the voice. So we didn't capture any voice. So I had to have my mother-in-law come back the next day. Gosh, she was so sweet about the whole thing, but I was so embarrassed and I was so disappointed. And then I was so stressed. These things happen, but you try not to let those things happen because, it's everyone's time. When it's me, it's fine. It's happened many times before. But when I have a guest on, I just get really nervous because I don't want to have anything, not go right. So we're working everything out. I'll put the casting information below if you want to be on the channel. We are casting and we are filming now. We are now in the studio filming, and we have a lot of you are submitting, which is wonderful. And we just really can't wait to invite you into the studio and share your beauty with all of my audience. So that is something below the video in the description box. I will have the email that you submit all of these questions and your selfies to, and then my team takes it from there. I'm going to go in with my dark chocolate. I do need to sharpen it before. I have my sharpener that I created for you that goes perfectly with my eyeliners and my lip liners. I got it nice. It's a rounded tip. It never goes to a point. But, before I move on, I'm going to add just a little bit of that iguana green on top because I want to see what it looks like. I don't know if it's going to be a little too much, but interesting. Let's just blend it a little bit. Oh my gosh. It's definitely doing its own thing here. It's like an iridescent look. Now, I don't hate it. I think it's interesting. I think that when you blend it with your brushes that you had the green, I guess they're considering that khaki, and then the brown. I think it's actually pretty. I think it would look nice with a denim shirt or a navy shirt, linen. I think this is really, something that's different. I mean, it's definitely different. If you have hazel eyes, green eyes, I think it's a nice palette. It's just a little bit different than what I normally would do, but that's what we're doing, right? We want to experiment. I'm going to just curl my lashes. Lashes are curled. Now I'm going to go in with dark chocolate, which I think is going to be really beautiful with this kind of green. It's going to define the eye a little bit more. And then I'm going to just flick it up at the ends, just right here. I want this to come up. If I feel like it's too low, I just go like this, and you can see it just dragged it out. And then I just take that down right there. Just want this to stay up. Another way to do that is to take your Almay pad that you just used, wrap around your finger, and you can just take it up like that. So you can make sure that this is lifting up. Going to take my short smudge brush. This is going to just nicely blend and kind of drag this color and make it not so defined. I think this is really nice when you blend out your eyeliner. I am going to take a little bit underneath just to kind of balance it out. I didn't make it super precise because I knew I was going to just blend underneath, just like this. I'm going to take my Volume Up mascara and I'm going to really stretch out all of my lashes. One thing that I've noticed on doing Fierce Aging again, I haven't seen clients since 2020, is that my OCD has come back of like making sure everything's perfect. And, it was funny because that was my big thing, was always lining the lips perfectly, making sure everything was symmetrical. And I said that to Jerry on the film the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like old times are back where I have to have everything like perfect. And, I want it. It's actually a good feeling because I love doing makeup and I love making a woman feel incredible and just amazing. And I just love the whole process. I think that's what it was, but it was a good feeling. I just experienced again for like the first time in like 4 years. So mascara is on. A little bit of a different look. Let's pull the whole face together because we've got a lot going on the eyes and we don't have anything going on the skin. So I'm going to take my Just Peachy to kind of neutralize out this area here. You know what? Let me just put on a little Fiercely Smooth first, and then we will go into putting on our color corrector. All right, face primer is on. The green won't compete with the red on my skin right now. We'll neutralize everything out. So I'm going to take my Just Peachy and I'm going to go underneath my eye area. So you're going to be proud to know that I have been experimenting with different fragrances. You'll see them on my reels, but I went to an Estee Lauder event the other day for Beautiful Magnolia. Oh my gosh, it is such a beautiful fragrance. And I kept having to spray it when we were doing the video and working with their beautiful florals and everything they had set up. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to get back into the Uber and overwhelm, be like the person that has on too much fragrance, but it smelled so beautiful. It is such a beautiful spring summer scent. And you know, I love rose. I have every single perfume that I have or that I own is a rose perfume. And I thought, this is great. I'm still floral, deviating. I'm very particular with scents. And this just, I really enjoyed it. I don't think I've smelled the Beautiful Magnolia. I actually wore Beautiful, Estee Lauder Beautiful for my wedding. That was my wedding fragrance. And I never tried the Magnolia. It was really a beautiful event. Again, it was very, very hot. So this is a nice fragrance to wear if you are going to be out and about this summer. It's light, it's fresh, it's not overpowering. I mean, if you sprayed it a million times like I did that day, maybe when you get into a closed environment, but it was just really beautiful. I had such a great time at that event. It was so beautiful. All right, so we're coming together. Color corrector's on. I am going to place a little creamy concealer in light on my skin, just right here. I feel like I had like a little welt today for some reason over there. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Let this set up for a second. We are going to go into a light medium BB cream today. And look what I have. I have always been using the V lighter from Valentino. Now, if you want something less of a price point, it actually was $16.99. The Butter Glow Bronzing Serum from Physicians Formula I picked up at CVS the other day. Now, the bottle looks really dark and bronzy. When I took it out, it didn't look as dark, but then when I put it into my BB cream, I was like, yeah, it's definitely darker than the V lighter. You can see. It's nice and it's like a serum. It's just gonna, if you want to give a little bronzy to your BB cream, you want to bronze it up a little bit, make it a little bit darker, you can do that. So I just mix it together like this and then put it on. So you can see it's definitely a little bit darker on my skin, but we're going into summer. I think it's nice to warm up the skin a little bit. Still looking really natural with the BB cream. Also, let me just use my angled concealer brush just to airbrush this like into the skin before I get my BB cream going. All right, so I'm just going to buff in the BB cream all over my face. I would take this down on your neck, making sure that you're really blending it since you do have this bronzer in the BB cream if you decide to use it, because you want it to be really nice and consistent. And my neck's actually pretty light compared to my face, so I'm just bringing it down. This smells really, really beautiful. It's like a very tropical smell. I think the bronzier skin looks great with the khaki, also known as alligator iguana look. I think it looks pretty. I think we have a nice even tone. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different with my lips. I'm going to line with Silk and I'm going to use New Beauty. So I'm going to use New Beauty. I'm just going to do this as my gloss and I'm going to use my Silk lip liner. So I'm going to just line my lips like I normally do. Taking my New Beauty. This is really pretty. It's like a apricot kind of fresh lip. So it's not too pink. It's not too nude. It's just a really, really pretty color. I think it's a great summer color too. So I've been pulling this out more recently because we're getting to be going at the end of spring, going into summer, really fresh. And then I could do a little ballerina rose if I wanted to, or I can do a little Palm Beach, giving that this is going to be more of this apricot color. I think it'll look pretty with the lips that I'm doing right now. I'm going to take the highlighter out of my Classic Beach Glow. You could also do bronzer if you wanted a little bit more. I just want to do this really pretty highlighter right here on the top of the cheekbone. I actually bring it down kind of like over. I mean, like it's so beautiful. You can see that highlight. just looks so good. You'll see it on Fierce Aging on the ladies. It just looks incredible because it's not glittery. It's not this high glossy sheen. I made this for mature skin, so you could wear a highlighter and you don't have to worry like, oh, is it highlighting all of my wrinkles? What have you? No, it's melting into the skin, making your skin look really fresh and just really pretty and alive. Just going to take my brow mascara and clear. I'm going to comb my brows up. All right, so here's the look. It's a little bit different. I don't know why I bought this. I bought it online. I must have been being very adventurous, but I think it's a very South Florida palette, to be honest with you. I feel very tropical. And I think that the green and this yellow green is interesting, at least for my eyes. I have two different color eyes, so it can do whatever it wants to do, pull out whatever colors you want to pull out. But I think it's fun to experiment and to try different things. I think this is the Butter Glow. If you wanted an alternative, something less of a price point, less expensive than the Valentino, this is really nice. It smells beautiful. It's a butter bronzing serum, and just having a really good time going into summer, trying different colors that, you know, could be a little bit different, takes you a little bit longer to get used to. That's pretty much it. We'll see you over on Fierce Aging. Please, if you want to be considered, to send us your application. And I just am really looking forward to getting into the groove of just filming and meeting all of you. And until my next video, I'll see you later.